Okay, welcome back to the video. Today, OBINexus, okay, my bed's messy, but I couldn't stay on the floor, that's what I did. Anyway, I wanted to use my bed for especially in my room. Anyway, today is 18th of January 2026. The time now is 11:17 a.m. Basically, I need to eat it, but I'm not eating anyway. So I'm getting to you. What's the problem? This is about the NSIGII pointer problem for REST. Basically, the pointer problem itself is very important, but it is very very important. So important because NSIGII is in here and now protocol. So here and now, NSIGII is basically OBINexus SA tier 2C, tier 2B and C, but not A. Basically, it's basically tier 2B, which is SA. E for echo, Z for zebra, E for echo. King meaning king in Igbo, and then or leader, depending on how it is. And you get OBI, O for Oscar, B for Bravo, I for Indigo. That is heart and soul of the heart, the physical heart and the mental heart, and the physical soul or the metaphysical soul. Basically, it's a pointer problem for breathing whilst you're talking, and not suffocating. Regular breathing, because if you're breathing, you're not suffocating, and this is basically the problem of suffering. Basically, if you're breathing good air, quality air, whatever the air is, and you're breathing at a rapid rate, you're suffering because you're breathing at a rapid rate. But I have sleep apnea, so Gasilanga, G for gold, O for Oscar, S for Sarah, I for indigo, L for llama, E for alpha, insulin, G for gold, is what's called plug up knowledge. It is what it is. It is what it is. So we got this kind of thing. So what is this? So we got the pointer problem. What is the pointer problem? So we got as a king and Uche 1,000 kilobytes over 500 megabytes of space to storage. That's basically type 1 processing, or I call ADHD model. Not AUHD, but ADHD. Attention deficit hyperactivity. People want to do the sooner you stop, because I'm on ADHD type 1, not polar opposite, but I can be polar opposite when I want it to be, because it was my framework. So I'm ADHD type 1, so I've been studying my autism because I'm neurodivergent, and it makes sense under my legislation on OBINexus. So this is a processing, not a probing system. Problem means you account for new problems in a new dimension or something like that. So NSIGII is a here and now protocol. So basically, here and now are dimensions reduced to past, present, and future. Again, NSIGII is a here and now protocol. A here and now meaning there's a problem here in my domain. There's a problem now that's happening, and it's here and now forever. So NSIGII is to solve problems in one domain forever, and that is human rights. Human rights, getting food, water, shelter. Before I continue to the formal 10, this is the notes I've written down on me. So try to screenshot this notes this time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. So it's a here and now. Okay. If you work on referential ontological definitions, which are referential. Definition for past, present, and future tense. Basically, it's a parser that works on it's a symbolic parser. So symbolic parser over past, present, and future. But I never built one. But that's what Rift really comes in, because Rift R for Romeo, I for Indigo, F for France, T for Tango, is a Rift bridge. Which is a Rift bridge. Is works in this problem. So over the C family. Remember. So we'll go Rift, the standard one for your family, but the C family is C, C++, and C sharp, because they follow some canonical standard and canonical specification. Basically, they share the same pattern matching heuristics. They can define ahead of time, because it's C. C, the regex addressing. You can include C regex, because in C, C regex C sharp doesn't have a header file, so it just automatically resolve those kind of pointers, which is to things for headers. So you don't have to declare them ahead of time, include them ahead of time via directive. You just include the Rift header But river bridge is basically about the risk ecosystem because the bridges are C++ and C sharp, but they work on the same parser systems that uses stage-bound parsing, which is like tokenizer, parser, and AST, the main types of parsers. But this is basically an interpretation engine for C family languages down to parse special tenses to parse human languages. Human languages, because if you're hungry, you start to like make mistakes. So, example, I need food, water, and shelter here and now. Here and now, but where is here and now? Are you talking about here and now in the physical? What do you need? What do you want? Okay, at the bare minimum, let's strip it down. I need food and water here. I need food and water now. I need food, water, and shelter now. That's what the council is like. Literally, I need it now. Now. But they don't really do. But I was saying I need housing now. So let's use an example. I need housing now in Cambridge for my PhD. That's what I'm saying. So basically on the because they can do it, but they don't want to do it. They have the money to do it, but it's not in their interest. So this can't be valid because the company does it. So I need, it's gonna if you just go online, find housing, there should be a house there allocated for you in Cambridge. Because I can go Cambridge, but we don't housing. So that's why I asked. So let's use that example. I need housing now in Cambridge. When did I ask this? 21st. Let's say I came to 9th of February 2025. No, 28th of January or 28th of January 2025. So I arrived there. I need housing and food. I need housing in Cambridge now. That's what I said to the council, but they didn't do the job. So this would be a violation. But because if it's not a violation, you can't use the wrong person. So you have to because it's like literally I need for my PhD and I lost my PhD like basically 20 November since my PhD 2025, 2024, 2026. Basically 2024, I stayed there for 1 year, this is 2025, so I should do my master's or PhD, become my PhD now in Cambridge, so 2024, 25, 26, 27, 26, no, I asked them in January 2025, so 2025 is 1 year, and another year, so this year should be completing my PhD by the 29th of January, 28th of January, 28th of January. So it's a rule of problem. So this is why it was ontological. It's a framework. It works because it's there. It works because it's here and there. So it works because it's no. So love equals hate. Hate equals love. Because your love equals my hate. Because your love is my. But love does not have one definition. Love is dimensional. So. And even though I had a bit of care for me, they would do it weekly. They will advocate for me somehow, some shape or form, in some pathway, shape or form, but they never did that. So, but it's just people in the UK. I'm telling you, just give me the housing in Cambridge. It's all paperwork. But they won't do the paperwork. They wanted to harass my human rights, my dignity under the health and security 2014. But it's more just that's why NSIGII is not here now. It's not tomorrow. It is not never. It is here and now forever. Because I'm going to Nigeria. It's basically part of the human rights framework. I'm ready for OBINexus. O for Oscar, B for Bravo, I for Nico, N for E for Echo. Basically it's constitutional bound. Basically, it's not just paperwork. It's work because it triggers some kind of response from the computer. And that's it. Because you go to constitute, which is documents, you go to constitution, which is where the physical because if I type in the house, I should get house. But it doesn't shuffle my housing, it just allocates my housing for me automatically. Because it's basically automated because there's no council, there's no central government, there's no council involved because there's no council involved. It's all decentralized, and you just get the house, it's just decentralized polyglatic, any system, anytime, anywhere. Here and now forever because it's like a decentralized infrastructure. It doesn't wait for someone to do it. It just does it based on the processing. For example, I can here and now I need food, water, shelter. Does that mean tomorrow? Does that mean here and now? This should be so the point is here and now. I need food and water. Are you talking about the past? What did you get? It's the thing about the past. It's a symbolic past. It's like symbolic. It makes on symbols, and the symbols are not just the letters, but the deeper meaning. Connotations of humanity language. So as I say, you can pass words that we don't know are ontological, that means something to one domain, but we need something another. They work on polar axes, the axis of polar settings. So that's what I say. 9 minutes. So another example. I love to hate you. I love to hate you, be with me here and now. Because that's how I love to see to someone. I'm tripolar, simply. I'm 3 person 1, which is I love to hate you, be with me. Even two people, even a bipolar person will be not enough for me to talk with. Be okay for me. When I need two bipolar people, two bipolar people, there'll be social. There's a social dimension. So am I being neglected of social status or what? Am I poor? Obviously, because it's not about food. It's about like a social point. So breathing life and working. So basically, as a policy, friendship groups should be in 3. Because I love this is one friend. 3 people should be in a friend. A friend within my constitution from a kingdom. You can't be a friend if you're 2 person. No, that's what I'm saying. So friendship is magical because you get 3 people. Because in any combination you want. But yeah, for me, I want to speak to women. So because if you get allowed, if you want two women to be with friends, they decide what they want to be with you. You can't decide on this way. If, as a man, to become 2 women as a friend, it's not allowed because that's a bad or something. Because women should be allowed to do stuff. Because a man is very too much for them. So I love to hate you. Here and now with me, it's a symbolic statement. What does it mean? It's not just a glyph. It's not just a symbol. It's not just a writing. It's a symbol. It's like insipid symbols. They work on symbols. So that's why it's insipid. But I don't like the definition of Sigi because I had a meaning for it, but I couldn't hear it now because I saw the word. I made it up, but I didn't make it up from nonsense. I symbolically crafted that word. So because I'm Igbo man, so it comes from insipidity, which is the Asian writing system in Igbo. It started because symbolic a statement, symbolic expression, a symbolic intent. I'm not Namdi Kanigam, I don't really care about Namdi Kanigam because he has his own problems. I have my own problems. So the importance of this is like what is the symbolic meaning of I love to hate you? What is the dimension? I'm operating. I love to hate you. I love to hate you are with me here and now. I love to hate it. Does that mean I'm laughing? I'm joking? The dimension can be social. What dimension? So I love to hate you are with me. I love because if I price as love to hate you, does that mean I hate the person? No, I love to hate you are with me here and now, but I hate to love. So this would be basically this would be a negative one. I hate to love to hear be like that means the person doesn't want to be with you. You say I'm against the person because he's not tripolar, he's not bipolar, he's giving me a hassle. He's like making me because the mission will be in the space the conversation operation. Which would mean so if which is speaking. Which is speaking about social contexts of knowledge because he's really smart. NSIGII is speaking about social contexts of leadership and power, and it will be speaking about social leader of ability to create and destroy. Because that's what the names mean. Because I'm tripolar, so there's 3 interpretation engines you can do. So this would mean I love to hate you with me here and now. I love to hate you with my enemies because I love to hate you to meet you. But I love to hate because I normally hate it, but I love to hate it because I understand what this means. At a deeper level, because it's a recursive definition. Because it's not a recursive language. It's not basically. It is not a dilemma. The dilemmas are problems that are philosophical, like the chicken and the egg problem, or which are like the chicken come first. Because you have to. The dilemma is just a reasoning problem, but this is trying to solve the reasoning problem by directly addressing the definitions and giving them a self-balancing AVL weight. So look at the weight of self-balancing using AVL 3. Using the red to black. Because what is love? What is hate? We don't know. It's all ontological, but no one's giving a mathematical formula of love. Love and order. I'm saying love and order, but you can love something, love and order. So they have referential definitions such as order, which are like if you love something, you have order for them, you have time for them, you have space and time. Which comes next to my next question: auxiliary pairs. So the symbolic statement means true or false. True or false. It could be a matrix of true or false evaluation. It could be an expression, which is a statement. Okay, a statement arises true or false. If there's a statement, a statement defines kind of structure, like an order. Symbolic expression is an order. It can be a new dimension of talking about. I hate you. I hate you to love me. I hate to love you. A symbolic expression will be love him. So I hate to love people. I say you with me. here and now tomorrow and forever on. So say, yeah, he should love me today, I'm certain about tomorrow. Something which is that they craft some kind of natural expression of order. You can find another dimension called order, but you wouldn't know it. So the expression is you get super intent. What you want to do after that? This one has no intent, because it's not. You can mean something implicitly, but you're not gonna do something. It's executable by the computer, because the computer can make a null, nil. Nil means there's no pointer. There's a void pointer to some kind of a null, and that means there's a token type and a token value that share a token, the token value and a token memory. The memory of the allocation of the sequence of love, hate, love, order, on power, and basically the dimensions of the love and order, and have some kind of token reference for meaning. That draws the ontological, phenomenological insight, because ontology means to me, myself, and how I build, how we make stuff, how we do stuff, what we do as ebos, and what we do as people who have the power to act in a certain instance. The phenomenological side, which are what they can do to us, what they can do to ourselves. What makes us not want to do what they want to do. So the semantic intent of language is based on the three pointers. Now, meaning no type, no value. Now is no value. Nil means no type allocated and no value, and no memory, or no memory, because memory in computer science is sacred. So because memory is governance. So memory, you need to give memory to do something. You need memory to act on something. In computer, you don't want memory. You need memory to act on something. You don't want the memory because you want memory to allocate. You don't want the memory. You need the memory there to be ahead of time to allocate to the community of operation. And that brings me to the next problem. So now token type of token kind, the kind of token being expressed, and token type, which is the type is a relationship. So the token is kind has a relationship to like is it a female or is it a male? Is it what is the species? What is the who are you? What are we addressing in the context? And that brings us to the pointer problem, or the trident pointer problem for processing. So do I need or want something? So if you don't want or need something, so OB is a sensor ring 0, and NC is an outside side. So OB is a sensor ring 0 or zone 0 in the question, and that's what it lives with. It's a military, kind of a military complex for my safety, but it's allowed. But you have to try to do it for me in Nigeria. But the military compound or complex, which is three compounds. So you get a duplex, which is 2 compounds. A triplex, which is a complex. So a triplex is 3 compounds. So you got the compound, which is 1,000 meters times 500 meters, 1,500 meters squared, and then 2 compound, 1,500 meters times 2, which is 1,500 times 2. Times 2, which would be 300,000. Okay, so you get that. So you get 1500 to the power of 3, which would be to the power of 3, and that would be 1,000. So 1,500 times 3 will be 4,500, and that's a one complex, which is what one is a triplex. Because it puts on like a safety. Because I'm trying to be, because I got the time and money to do it for my PhD, but it's a military triplex. So it's basically for security in the state, because it's about security, but it's not British, it's not colonial. It's basically ontological. It's got radio waves and radiography and sonography, which are the electrolytic rotation of sonar via various like water. Because I've been to places you don't believe. So I've done this video. So last but not least, so again, you should get this. So it looks like this. I have to see because I don't think you will see it. I'll show you here. So I have to see the you have to see the software and do it. So it looks like this. So it's not my method, no. So I got this one here. So The next one is processing technique. So you get the AGD processing, which is processing technique by what I call ADHD, but it's not bureaucracy. So you get space and time. So for every allocation you have you see you have an algorithm computation, and that algorithm takes runs at takes on space, and then then you have on time, the algorithm log time, or vice versa. So if the algorithm takes let's say log n space, log n time, that means you have an algorithm takes log n time and then has log n space, or o n space left. So you then have ON, so you have stability. This is a processing method. It's not thinking about, it's not a probing system. It's just a system. So you then take that ON space, which is linear time, and divide it by the log n time. And that log n time is half the time of space. So you can now allocate, because it takes time, but it keeps the time, because it takes a log n time and gives you, so you now invert that. You now invert that. So you now, for your next computation, you now switch to ON time. ON time. You have that. You allocate that back to some kind of process. You delegate it, which is temporary allocation. You delegate this resource space and time in bytes, literally in bytes. So you have 1,000 kilobytes and 500 megabytes. 1,000 megabytes, which is 1 kilobyte, or half. You get a half a kilobyte, which is 500 megabytes. So half a kilobyte is 500 megabytes. So this is what you use to run a context computation in sequence. But this as in series, because the last one logged down. So basically, no matter the algorithm you do, you kind of define some kind of space and time, or bytes you allocate ahead of time, so you can compute some kind of sequence. So it doesn't derail while processing. So these are called metaphysical addressing, because I call it metaphysical. You go to the physical side of things, and go to metaphysical, which means that things will all share, the memory will share, because they are polar sequences, and they're symbolic. They have weight, so no one gets hungry because it doesn't matter who they is. If you're under OBINexus constitution framework, you are never hungry. So it's basically a to me utopia, but it's military bound, because I am tier 2C, which is 2B, which is edging. So I'm saying, so the sequence of the polar sequence is this series the triple inverse. So you get shuffle. Shuffle, this one shuffle, but shuffle can mean you're probing, which is best to do. But you don't be probing when you this one of the when you question system. So the sequence of polar pairs is referential, and the polarity of a system is tripolar. So as a communication, who can decide, who can act, who's the best to act in the decision. It's basically like when they have the missiles and they have two people pull it, stop them, they can do stranger things. You pull some kind of lever, and they opens a portal or shuts a portal. That's what I'm saying here. It's important to decide who gets the. It basically has to be consensus in the framework, which is like consent and consensus. You get consent before consensus. Who gets to pull the trigger? And the trigger pull the lever for food. So not the trigger. So the sequence of the instruction set is series. So the polar pair of the inverse rule, shuffle, the third, the sparse period for the rotation. So this is a point of referential problem. Who wants it, who should do it, who should act on it. If the computer cannot act on it, you say allocate someone or something to act on it. And that's the problem. So you get the 1,000 space, you get EG step 1, which is double the memory and double time. Space holds, but then you get EG step 1 polar opposite. So you get double the time. So you get 1,000, 10, so you get 10,000. Some calculator. 10,000. 10, so 1,000 times 60,000, which is 1 second. So you get 600, 6 to the power of 3 zeros, 600, 6 million. 6 million divided by, in time, this is time, divided by half of the space of time. This would be 500. 500, so it'd be 12,120,000. This would be 12,000. 12,000 is just the default of the system. Because these are moving in kilobytes, so 12,000 will be the time allocated for half allocated for the time, the 12,000 time to byte to, you can kilobytes per second, we can get seconds per kilobyte. So for every seconds per second, you have 12,000. But you gotta decide what your price is, space or time. So this is each type 1. So usually this is double the time to full time to half the. This is called a sequence. So the sequence works in auxiliary pairs. So you get auxiliary. So you now get the other ones, which is type 2, which is half the time, because you work in half. Because you got half the space to store something first, and get half the time, half the space, and then you get half the time, double the time. Because half the space will be 500, and double the time will be 6 million times 2, and that'll be 12 million. So you now get 12 million of the time, but half the space will be 500 divided by 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that will be 4.1666, which will be local minimum. And then you get another one, double the space half the time, only 26. So basically my favorite is so basically you get the shuffle because it's 27, 28. So my favorite is 120. So this is so you get the last one, which is half the space and double the time, and that'll be 500 divided by half the time. You gotta get half the time and double the space. So half the time will be 60,000. 600 divided by 2, which will be half the time divided by double the space. Double the space will be 20,000, like 20,000, 1,500, and that will be equal to so 300,000 divided by because it's 1,500 time to space, because you can get the optimum. So it's important to get based on the kind of shuffling sequences of the space and time. But the goal of this is the shuffle. Is to shuffle. Basically, you don't need to shuffle it. You need to compute the whole time. When there's a bit of change, because the world is dynamic, so you start shuffling and you start thinking via problem to identify new problems, new solutions to the current problem, or new problems to address in the current solution. So that's how problems works by pull it in or out. Because if there's a new problem, you gotta address what that problem is, because this is still the problem. So this is what by legislation on GitHub.com, but it's self-referential. It works because they are breathing, living and working categories that address the current need and the status quo, the current status of things in here and now, forever in the real world. So anything else? So let me just show you something. My word is very poor, but I can read it, so you just ask me to read it. So get into the time now. So you get breathing, living. So and you get a metaphysical point. The metaphysical point is basically the reference, basically who was observing, because who was observing the state. But the power problem, the point is return. If I was talking to someone from Japan, in Japan, because I was talking to minors in Japan, but I have people in Japan, women in Japan, but if I didn't cut the connection and then connect again, I can give you the wrong person. So you want to give people address to common status of things, and that's what basically you don't want to point a drift to give someone food exam they don't need it, because that's basically how the computer basically allows my computer to build up in aux noise. So the pointer problem addresses the kind of auxiliary noise. So should I start this computer? Do I want to or do I need to? If I need to, the computer should start this by itself, because if I need to, can start with it. But you can have some kind of script to do it, but but you can write the script. So you get a noise start, or noise stop, a noise resume, and a noise continue. A noise basically a noise hibernate, a noise stop, a start a computer, a noise hibernate, a sleep, a noise hibernate, which is like because if you hibernate, you're running some scripts. So the hibernate and sleep are just computer start sequences. So noise hibernate, you see the word is noisy, so you get noise hibernate, which is like something's gonna happen. So let's just start hibernating for tomorrow. You get a noise sleep. This noise sleep, which is computer sleeping, and the noise shut down, and the noise start, and the noise on, and the noise off. But but the noise just means because the noise just means there's something I have to address. You get an auxiliary problem. Aux star, aux shutdown, because these are auxiliary. What do you just for start everyday stuff that happening next day? But you got the noise stuff, which is something that happen now, that something that happen tomorrow that we need now, we should do now, and that's what comes like give you free. So you get the always no signal, aux noise, aux no noise. That means the system is not listening. The aux no signal, which means you can't consider the computer itself, and you got the aux noise. Us no signal. But this is the aux or noise no signal, which just means auxiliary noise no signal means there's nothing. I can't even connect to my computer. There's no noise. There's no, and the worst one is no signal. This is basically just to prioritize the noise from or no aux noise. You have to decide whether I can start with auxiliary or there's no auxiliary needed to start. And there's no basically you have to decide whether I can really log in. I can start myself. So you get three devices. You get a computer, a laptop, and a digital tablet, which is your workbook. But you take that everywhere you go, because it's your journal, it's your physical journal. But that physical journal is what you hold in memory, hold in space and time. Because my hold literally your physical. If you get a tablet, you can hold, you can draw, but it's a holographic tablet. It allows you to draw anything, picture anything, wherever you go in the world. It's basically durable for your entire life. For your entire life and for your children, for your grandchildren. You can take a diary if you give them consent. Consent is you want your diary, you want your diary to go through. But that diary is digital, your digital archive of your work, whatever you're gonna do in your life, and you get a fund, which is the most graphic thing that's private to you. But you can also opt into delete your phone. But so say thank you guys. But for now, thank you.